have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
So here we are. The end of it all.
Yep.
Nobody I'd rather see this whole thing through with. I trust you. I trust your judgment.
Hello guys, and welcome back to some more Divinity Original Sin 2. So this is the final battle of the game, I'm pretty sure. And I will try to make my characters stay where I want them to be.
God woken. Dallas told me about your
the divine
Okay. I've already watched this last time, by the way.
There were many.
Lucian.
Yes.
Dallas,
I am.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
So in case you didn't know, last video I tried this battle and I got destroyed. That's why I'm not reading everything again. So yeah, so if you want to watch the conversation, you can watch it last time.
Fear not.
I should long ago.
Of course.
Or was the last video?
With the source they stole from the veil.
During
Ours.
the
seven. When we are done.
my people. It was my but now
The hammers.
he never.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine.
She did. And
While Dallas sought the Aether,
one more.
I had to, as divine,
Slurp.
I was created, empowered to stop the void.
Yeah. To stretch
The void, you see,
the attempt.
the void of thought.
The plan.
We have. That is, we only lack your.
As I say, one last good.
The world shall not know this.
We all.
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Alexander.
The task.
And me.
More than enough.
Okay.
Far more. I will suffer.
Ifan unsheaths his weapon. He
The
stands
wolf
Ifan
is hungry. Alright, let's do this. Now we are ready for actual combat. So I should just focus on... Okay, I don't know why it does this. This weird audio thing. I thought maybe loading a save would fix it, but no. Okay, so here's the thing I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to keep them all alive and well by getting them essentially out of there. Actually, maybe going up here with Ifan would be the best spot to be. Don't want to be in the fire, that's for sure. But then again, I don't really mind. Don't know why I wasted a point doing that. We need to get Dallas down. That's the main point here. Okay, let's try to rupture tendons. Miss. Okay, fantastic. How about this then? What are you gonna do now, huh? You're gonna hurt me? Probably. Ow. That does indeed hurt. But guess what I got? I got infinite soul, so it doesn't matter how much you take. Alright, here you go. Have fun dealing with this. Overpowered. Get overpowered. Then I'm gonna do this as well. Now you all misunderstand me, of course. I'm not here to harm anyone. Okay, let's put you over here, by the way, just to make sure you're in the right spot. You don't want to be in the wrong spot now, do we? Also gonna do this to make sure we are in the correct place to attack her. Alright, here we go. In case you're wondering, I'm targeting her because in the last video, when she was low on health, something happened. I'm not gonna spoil it because, you know, that's... I mean, I could because you should probably have watched the last video, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Okay, I will just go ahead and hit her then. That was it. Well, that was not exactly the greatest, but that works. That works, I guess. I shall reset all cooldowns. Do what thou want, but thou shalt not destroy me. Not yet, anyway. You froze him, but he's the next one. This is what I get for being nice. This is what I get. Uh-oh. Please stop getting rid of my magic armor. Ooh. Ooh, my little beast. No, I mean, at least it was my little beast that got hurt, I guess. That's something. Wait, did I also get something else frozen? Did my main character get frozen or something? I hope not. I hope not at all. Well, first and foremost, let's just get some chains on you here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a little mosquito bite. Oh no, it's gonna bite a little bit. And on top of that, I will go ahead and I will... Yeah, I need to get beast out of that. It's still frozen, so let's fix the frozenness. There we go. Not that bad. not that bad at all. Alright, I do have a charm arrow if I really want to use that. Again, let's go ahead and use this one.
Are you feeling poorly?
There we go.
Good. You shall not seal the veil.
How?
Same thing. Oh no, why is it her?
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look. This is not the too late, you mouldering, blight-stained pigs. You would interrupt.
God dang it. I hate that it just picks a random character. I really hate that so much. Different arena. Now, can we please work together? Because the last time I did this, you guys went crazy.
My call.
You're Brachus Rex, huh?
He sends a companion worthy. Come to your father.
A companion.
Come to the Source King.
I don't care, it's fine. You're just gonna willy-nilly walk over and attack us, huh? Oh, the flipping thing. Would you stop? You guys are seriously annoying. Didn't even bless me, by the way. Didn't even bless me. Do I get my turn? Okay, now I get my turn. Fantastic. Okay, so right off the bat, because you guys hate me so much, I will be going behind this guy. And I will actually be helping out, believe it or not. Something that my team should really focus on doing, but you know, better do what I can do.
I'm ready.
Bleeding. It's not at all what I thought I was gonna do, but oh well, it'll have to do. They killed if. God dang it. Why is it always my side characters that get killed when I want the main character to get attacked? Am I... Why can't I see? Am I silenced or something? I'm blinded. There should be something that fixes blinded. Blind? Yeah, if this one's fixed blind. Okay, now can I please get Ifan going? Yes, thank you very much. Going up here would be the preferable choice, but for now he's going to be over here. And I'm just hoping that they wouldn't not attack me. What are you guys' problems, huh? We have a common enemy and you decide to target me specifically? Is that it? Alright, here's what we'll do. We will do this. Okay. Then we will once again get Ifan on board here. Then we'll just hope everything works out. Oh, you stunned my main character. No. Guess I just need to get out of the battle. That's not superconductor on Beast. Oh, now he used superconductor on Beast. Perfect. Didn't you destroy all of your friends by doing that? Well, in any case, I will be focusing on healing. Yeah, fantastic. I don't think I have any other specific things I can do besides just healing. It's kind of my thing now, you see. Not really my thing. It's kind of just what I have to do. I should have just taken a potion. Hopefully this time we won't lose, but I don't know. I don't know why the sword doesn't work. That's certainly a mystery to me. Oh yeah, Beast is also dead. Well, I don't even have the things to be able to assist, so I might as well just focus on killing these guys. Please, Lucian, please, for the love of everything, fight this guy. Okay, so here's what we'll do. No one down there has magic armor, do they? Or is someone without magic armor? No, all of them have magic armor, which is lovely. That's exactly what you want to see. Also protected by magic armor. She has some very powerful spells. I just don't know if I should be using them instead of, you know, healing. Let's focus on healing herself for now. Oh, she was decaying. Oh well, my bad. Didn't realize she was decaying. And you're gonna focus on killing me all the time. Why is it they're so focused on the player? It's stupid. Like, it makes no sense from a survivability standpoint either. least is defeating Brachus Rex, so that's something. Okay, listen here, team members. Alright? Listen here and listen well. Stay alive. Who did I actually select before I go ahead and do stuff? Okay. Let's just go ahead and do the same thing. Let's go ahead and take Losa, and they can't hit you if you're down here, right? So go down there. I just need you alive. That's kind of all I need. Just stay alive. Listen here, Lord, can we just get out of my way? I don't want to deal with you. I need you to have below 3,000 physical armor, but you won't. Actually, I can rescue another one. Is there anything else I want to try and do here? No, not really. All right, then let's go ahead and do this. I am not decaying to my knowledge, so that shouldn't be a problem. I shall be using another one of these to resurrect beasts. Actually, if and sure, we can do that. You can be resurrected over there. And then to make sure you guys have armor and stuff, there you go. Are you serious? He's getting beat to a pulp by Lucian, and what do? They focus on freaking me. It might just be because they know my targets are the weakest, so they go for the weakest people, but come on. You can even go there? I guess we're gonna die regardless then. God dang it. This is such bullshit. Ow. Wait, I died? From what? From burning? But I'm pretty sure I had a lot of health left. What happened? Maybe I had less health than I thought I did. Okay, well, here we go again. You know how it is. You gotta be prepared and everything. Woohoo. Can all of you please just separate? There's no point in all of us being over here. Just stand right here. You can do that, right? So you stand right over here. And that way everyone's happy, right? Beast and me, we go over here and we go in the middle.
God woken.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
If there were
Lucian,
yes,
Daddy's
I am.
Aren't they just full?
fear
I shall long ago
Of course.
sight our king.
with the source they stole from
That will not.
the Eteran is
The plan.
we have made.
Dis-
There is we only lack yours.
As I say, one last.
More than it.
Ifan unsheaths his weapon. Ifan.
There we go. And we're back again. And we're back with the weird audio again as well. He always does that. Why is everyone down here? I thought I told you all to be... Whatever. just at this point, whatever. Dallas the Eternal, you get over here, please. Okay, go ahead and do this. We will be doing a lot of damage. I don't think this has ever hit. That answers my question pretty well. Now go ahead and use this on yourself, beast. Come on, just stay away from me. Doesn't have any physical armor. I mean, I might as well take everything away from her. I should do it as well. Great. Let's go ahead and use guess a little beast on her. Come on, Dallas, just take damage, please. Let me defeat you. Healing tears. Is he still okay? Wow. You're pretty hurt, so go ahead and give yourself magic armor, I guess. There you go. And you cursed him. Oh, and why not just finish him off? Yeah, fantastic. All in one turn, by the way. All in one turn. Great. Oh my goodness. I don't have enough to actually make her...
Are you feeling...
How?
There we go.
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. This is not too late, you mouldering blight.
Oh, it's actually me now.
Grant me power, my ally. God King,
This is different.
I call on you.
Shut your mouth.
You dare interrupt Brachus Rex? How novel. Who are you to challenge the Source King?
Well, I am the Godwoken with a claim to divinity. He is but an upstart, a relic, a pebble on the path. You shall put the great Source King back in his box, yes indeed I shall.
Ah, you are the fetid dirt on my boot. You are nothing at all. I am the Source King. I shall rule.
What? I was about to say, did nothing happen? Yeah, everyone got knocked down, that's right. Let me guess, you're gonna spend your time attacking me once more?
The God King hears my call. He sends a companion. Come to your father. Come to the Source King.
Okay, fantastic. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh, you're actually attacking them for once? Wow, that's weird. That's very weird. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are first and foremost gonna revive our friend, and then we're gonna get out of this here place. We're just gonna leave. Not this whole place, but more like we're gonna leave and go up here. And then when it's his turn, he can hopefully just get out of here. And Losa will just be walking up here. No, she won't. She'll be dying, pretty much. I can't believe they're actually against the enemy now. As weird as that sounds. There you go. Yeah, attack the— no, not attack me, you stupid enemy thingy. My goodness.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, well, in any case, East, you can be revived and be put over here, I guess. I just need a bit of time to get all of my people safe-ish. I can't teleport any of my people over there, so that's not gonna work. What I can do is heal myself here. I don't even have any of these that could help me. I mean, they can heal, but I don't think that's what I need at that time. I mean, the potion. The potion, I keep forgetting about it. The big potion I have. It is great. Full health, pretty much. And that means you can now use this to also get magic armor back. There you go. Please don't attack me. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so I only have to deal with some enemies in this area that want to kill me. Okay, so far so good though. Ow. And perhaps you can even go up here if you want to. You can see the battlefield pretty clearly from up here, right? Then what I would like you to do is to get Losa away from there, and pretty much anywhere else would be fine. Please don't kill her, by the way. Okay, didn't kill her. Fantastic. And then just use a healing scroll on her here. Oh no, don't use— oh yeah, do it. Oh god, I was scared because I just saw her outline. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Now go away, seriously. Is he dead? Yes, he died. I don't want to waste my time on you. Okay. I am— what? I'm blinded? No, I'm silenced. I can't really leave if I'm silenced now, can I? I can go over here, but that's the furthest I can go. All of my abilities are just poof. What does this do? I just wanted to try it out, see what would happen. course. Of course. Great. Great, great. Yeah, of course you're gonna attack me. Why not? Are you serious? Would you just stop? I feel so hurt. Everyone's dead except Beast now. Just annoying. I'm gonna have to save the people now. I mean, I know for a fact that if I rescue my main character, maybe this is for the best actually. If I can get him up here, that's gonna help us immensely. And then if I use this one,
Glory is mine!
then I can get anyone else who I can reach right now. Like, I can't reach him because he's all the way up there, right? Yep. You can go down there, actually. Hopefully that will work. You're gonna go after her, aren't you? Oh my god. Still a source point from her, really? That's what you're gonna do now? And you're somehow still hitting us all. Oh no. I always feel like I'm put in the last for whatever reason. It feels weird. Oh really, everyone's dead. Again. I hate that I feel so focused right now. I just wanted all my people to be in the safe spot. Come on, Divine Lucian, do something. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what I could possibly do right now. Because I am actually just in trouble in general here. Maybe if I can go all the way down here, I can hit it with melee? No, because I can't reach. If I go all the way over here, by the way, can I then jump up? Nope, I also cannot reach up there. I think that's the best place to be. Oh, wow, I can almost reach him. Maybe this is enough? See, what I'm trying to do right now is I want to focus on the big beast. But to do that, I need to get Ifan back here. And to do that, I need to get either up there, I need to get his buddy down here. too far? What about... I mean, it's right here. It's right... I can see his head. That's not too far. I don't believe it's too far. It's not very strong, but it doesn't help when I'm like half dead and I can't do much. So I can't even heal because of the decay. Is there anything I can do? This will... okay. No healing at all. Don't think I have any ranged attacks. No, I'm pretty sure I don't have any ranged attacks. Yeah, so I can't use that one either. What, are you undead too? No, okay. Oops, I keep forgetting I don't have to do that. I cannot harm you. I cannot do anything. It's poopy. I would love to go up and reach Ifan here, but the only way to reach him would be to jump over here, and that's even dangerous. She can heal though. I don't know if she'll survive, but I can try. I wanted to revive Beast, but he's just gonna die again. Like, I can't keep them alive. Let me try this. I want to be able to get Ifan back up and running. I can't use it on you, no. Okay, I mean, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Oh, great. Now I can get him down here if I want to. Actually, does that mean I can swap places with him? It does, but that's also dangerous. No, let's do it. I need her alive more than him, and he's easy to get down there, so that works for me, I suppose. Now, I need to do physical damage to the big beast. Fully restore target character magic armor, remove frozen, stun, petrified, suffocated, poisoned, necrofied, terrified, silenced, tortured, and mad. Very strong. Doesn't say anything about health, though. She's gonna be a problem. She's gonna be a big problem unless I make her jump down to... I don't know, where would I want it to be? Down here? Okay, that gives you some breathing room. And then to make sure you survive, you can take a healing potion. I'm thinking very hard right now. I don't think I'm gonna get an opportunity as good as this one. He's down to pretty much half health, that's great. Yeah, please attack him. I mean, he has a lot of physical armor still, so he's gonna last for a little while longer. Can I jump yet? Is that something I can do? Nope. I'm forced to stay down here for now. You know what? That's okay. That's completely okay. Yep, I'll just go ahead and drink potions. In case the dragon... Wait. Are still decaying? What, is it permanent? Why do I have permanent decay? Is that... No, where is that from? Is it from the fire? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the decaying. I cannot do that then. I'm gonna take a guess and say that less probably fixes the issue. But I'm also gonna say that this probably fixes the issue too. Yeah, you can attack me, huh? Take that. Oh, you're attacking her. Great. Okay, of course you are. Alright, Losa, here's your time to shine. We need to damage this big creature. It doesn't have a lot of physical health. That's why we need you to use... I mean, that uses 2, so that means I can't heal if I wanted to. I have a lot of resurrection scrolls. No, it's bad when I have to say that. You can get a lot of magic armor by using this to do it in a demon. So what does that exactly do? It gives you a new skill. Oh, you go over there now. So who are you gonna target? Not me for once? What? You can't keep doing that. This is no way. Oh, apparently you can. Oh no, Brachus Rex is in trouble. Whatever shall we do? Dang it. You're gonna attack the dragon? Yep, yes you are. Let me see what you want about Lucian. He's strong in combat. Oh, the dragon went away when he was defeated, so maybe I should just have focused on him if that's the case. Okay, I mean, since that's the case, we can now focus on defeating everyone else pretty much. I don't know why he was so strong. I don't understand. Like, I couldn't use the sword against him because it didn't work. So I don't know if he's dead or not. I'm gonna assume he actually died. But then again, I don't know if he actually did, so...
Healer!
Healer! I am healing you.
I'm ready.
I'm healing you all I can. So now we still have to deal with Lucian and Dallas. You can go over there. But the only ones were only alive because he was. So I should have focused on him all along, apparently. Is he dead, by the way? Like, did he actually die or what? I mean, it seems like he's dead. Again. Okay, how do we get to you? Because sometimes our camera doesn't work. There we go. You should probably... I guess healing would be a good idea.
Glory is mine.
I don't know why I did that. I really have no reason to use that skill, but here we are. Can anyone You teleported anywhere? I don't need anyone up there to be teleported. I'll just go up here, I suppose. Oh, he can bless. Okay, sure, why not? Oh, it's him again? I guess you just try to get over here. That's kind of the most important part, is it not? Yeah, hit. Everyone okay up there? I'm scared. I'm scared for them. I don't want them to die. Have no physical armor. Can I do something about that? Maybe I can. How much does this give me? It gives me 892 physical armor. That's not gonna help me much. I mean, not against this one at least. To lower the armor a bit first. What? No, what? I'm confused. What just happened there? It didn't work? Spend all of my resources on the other ones. Okay, and if you harm me, I will make sure that you get harmed. Therefore, I should also be able to protect him.
I'm ready.
Invalid target? Why? Maybe I aimed wrong.
I'm ready.
Stay away, Lucian. Stay away. I don't know why. Is he stuck up there? He might actually be stuck. Oh, we could knock her down. Didn't actually think that was possible. Sorry, I'm not really a big fan of your plan. But in my defense, you guys didn't really think it out properly. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I don't know, a little bit of magic damage just to show my authority, I suppose. Is he out of the game? I think he's out. Oh, he can do it. I just think it was in cooldown, so he couldn't do much. Here's my question. Maybe it works on Lucian. Give me a little bit of time to prepare for you, Lucian, okay? Meanwhile, you have fun being down here. I need all of my team to kind of get their healing on, get their stuff ready. Let's get out of this fire as well. Yeah, you know, that's okay. That's okay. I'll just take my time with it. Go ahead and put this over here as well. Peace of mind. Then we save a point, and you guys up there, can you actually dominate his mind? That'd be funny if that was possible. Not entirely sure if it is. Oh, you know the guys you guys wanted to make? Oh, here you go. Have a little friend with you. How does it feel, huh? Having something you created to hurt people get thrown back in your face. Probably give yourself some stuff to protect against that. That's a lot of damage right there. Okay, something weird happens. Give yourself some physical armor.
I'm ready.
I don't know what to do about you, because you're stuck back here, aren't you? I don't know if he's actually dead. Like, I would expect him to be dead, right? It says he's dead. Okay, I'm just waiting for you to get over here. Alright, come on, Lucian, I'm now ready for you. You can have some extra attacks here. You're kind of too far away for me to reach you, so if you could just kind of not do that. Please get over here now. Nope, no, we just use magic on me instead. Why not? I'm trying to be patient here, and you're just ruining it for me. Go ahead and bless the ground.
Prepare yourself.
It's holy fire now, it heals me. What are you gonna do now, huh? I can even give a slug to be... Wait, let's say I want to use another one of these guys. It doesn't technically matter, because he is without armor and everything. Even summon a slug. On top of that, I will not do anything. Yep, I still can't do anything. This is wait a little bit for him to actually be able to do anything. Now he's gonna get over here. I'm sure of it. Yeah, there we go. He got his cooldown back. Yeah, I was prepared for that. Sort of. Oh, you missed again? That was not expected at all. Okay, so here's what I want to try to do, by the way. I have so many at this point. I'm gonna try to equip this sword. I'm actually scared. Maybe I shouldn't. I think it's supposed to be used to defeat Brachus Rex, and I somehow didn't make it work properly. Maybe I can defeat Lucian with it? Now, he is mortal, right? I'm pretty sure he's mortal, so he will die if I kill him. Right? He is mortal, yeah. So it really shouldn't matter when you think about it. Why can I not hit? Alright, now we do some extra good damage to him. Oh. I totally knew that was there. I just wanted to know if everyone else knew that was there. Wow, I have to shoot at a sort of arc. There we go. You can't finish him off. Nope.
I'll yield to none.
Get him. Get him.
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwalker. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
Wisdom and truth? Yeah, but what about kindness and actually... What about... What did you say? Peace? If wisdom and truth is not what peace is... Okay.
Dallis groans in pain.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
So here we are. The end of it all.
Yep.
Nobody I'd rather see this whole thing through with. I trust you. I trust your judgment.
The trust you've given me is well placed, Ifan.
I know you will. I know you. Remember?
Indeed you do.
You're the best damn friend I've ever had.
Thank you, Ifan. You've been a nice good friend too.
Well then, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Wrong. About power, I mean. I was always kidding myself that I could only help my people if I were free. Lead them by example, you know. Thing is, I can never be free. So I must choose the dwarven people's liberty in exchange for my own. I know you'll have my back when I return to them, just like I've got yours.
I will choose wisely as befits his people.
Beast bows in return. There's no denying the glint in his eye. Whatever the future holds, he is game for it.
That's good, Beast.
This is it. I can hardly believe it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt in awe.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here I am. And now that I see godhood before me, I know what I have to do. Chief, you need to ascend.
Excuse me? I mean, you're right.
There's no one I would trust with this responsibility but you. I know you'll do what needs to be done, what ought to be done. And I know you'll do it with style.
I'll do my best, and I'll pay special attention to the Scourge of demons as well, of course.
They'll never know what hit them.
Indeed they will.
Now go on.
Not.
Shoot. You've got business to attend to.
Indeed I do.
Think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done.
So many things.
You think of the Magisters, and the sorcerers they hunted, and of the good and the evil on both sides. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you. It's time to choose your fate. And the fate of all you hold dear. What shall it be? Shall you be divine?
Indeed, I shall claim divinity.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aeteran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take, or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
I mean, everyone is divine, no one is divine. I mean, that's very that would be very nice, but the issue is that people can easily be corrupt, so they would probably go back to kingdoms, and like we'll be fighting as we do right now when there's no one who has power in real life, as an example. We're still fighting each other for territory and just because we can. Like, it would just be like any other weapon. It's like handing everyone a gun and say, let's shoot at the same enemy until there is no more enemies to shoot. Then they're gonna shoot at each other instead. So I'd rather not do that. I do believe that there needs to be someone who makes a great example in order to convince people, and I believe that example is my elven character. So, yeah, let's go ahead and fulfill my destiny to become the new divine. There we go.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the God-woken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united RIVELLON in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped and adored. Humans, lizards, elves and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, I was freed of the God King's terrible tyranny. I avoided an eternity of pain and suffering. Now I fight for the other side. Now, I fight for the divine.
What? Why am I here?
Well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. A god, no less. And me in no state to shake hands. Divinity suits you. Though I know of one it might have suited even better.
Oh, do you now? Of course you do. Why not? Hello, Melody. What are you up to?
Melody stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Let an eye fool, your holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
It seems so.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent.
You don't look too bad yourself.
Actually, I've never looked better. Except for one small thing.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it. But instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. But I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me.
And what would that be?
But I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same.
And where do you plan to go?
Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a Loverall 300.
300?
And when the time comes, I'll come find you. Your Holiness.
Okay, sure. Why not? I don't see why that would be a problem. Seems all fantastic and good.
You escaped an abominable prison and confronted the king of all gods, only in turn to confront divinity itself. A rather poetic arc, don't you think?
I do indeed think so.
Not that your story is finished, of course. Your divinity shines upon all who walk RIVELLON. And there will be those that escape to the shadows. You must be ready to face them, whenever they might emerge.
Okay, and what are you gonna be up to next then?
Now that I am clear of mind and free of intruders, I'm wondering if it isn't time to share my learnings with the less enlightened. And to that end, I have a few ideas worth considering. Once I've come to a conclusion, I promise you'll be the first to know.
And do you have any advice for the new divine, by the way?
As a matter of fact, yes. Source makes for an excellent ally in matters of a demonic nature. Not only can Void seep through the veil, but the beasts of Nemesis might similarly slip out of their own plane.
Whether you are clever enough of a divine to keep Damien's disciples confined to Nemesis, I can't say. But I think we'll know soon enough. And I suggest you be ready.
I always am.
Until we meet again.
Indeed, indeed. How many people do we have in Weist? Is there a person here? Or is it
The
chicken?
flaming hatchling bounces and cheeps out of sheer
Oh yeah, the
excitement.
phoenix egg.
Daddy! Daddy!
Oh no.
Looky at me! It takes you a moment to realize the egg you've been carrying has hatched at long last. The chick trills contentedly and flaps its tiny feathers in recognition of its proud parent. It seems you've got a new mouth to feed.
It seems so.
Daddy!
Daddy! That's funny. Alright,
Beast
Beast.
brushes detritus from his beard, sand, skin, and whatever else might have accumulated there. He takes a deep breath when he sees you.
I know it's the same old sea breeze I've always smelled, but it's different now. I don't know how to explain. Maybe you do, oh Divine One.
He must kneel. Okay, that is to be expected. A lot has happened after all.
And who'd have thought
Yeah.
it? You're not the collared landlubber I first met, that's for sure. You belong to Rivellon now.
Beast begins to chuckle, then guffaw, and soon he is laughing as heartily as you've ever known him to.
That might be the most dramatic thing I've said in ages.
The laugh fades away, and the concerns of a kingdom and beyond pass between the two of you.
Alright, are you excited to see what comes next?
That's what I should be asking you. I'll find ways to excite myself. Always do. First I go back to the kingdom, see the Queen. There's a lot to do there. Damage that needs undone. Dwarves have lived in fear for far too long on the outside. And the inside. Something tells me it's all going to be okay.
He winks and begins to sing.
Here the wild beast just sails on the ocean. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn, you hear the commotion. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Your cupboard can't hide you, nor
boy,
can
okay,
your
he's
berth.
singing a
His
whole
daggers
song.
don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
He pauses, then continues to hum, all the while working his whiskers.
Alright, good, Beast, very good. I'm proud of you, my friend. Proud of you.
Well, if it isn't the new divine gracing me with his presence. How honored I am.
Well, what will you do now, by the way?
That is the question, isn't it?
Don't
How
raise
does
any
one
more
top
dead
the
people,
greatest
please.
feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustafsson?
No.
No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world, beings that feed on minds.
Interesting. Okay, so this must be a hint to the Baldur's Gate game they made.
I intend to seek them out. This Gustafsson seems to guard portals to their realm. And once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world, when there's another for the taking?
Interesting, okay. So a little crossover. Alright, what about you, Spirit of Sir Laura? There you go.
Well, Quirkers, look who finally graced us with their presence. I suppose some thanks are in order.
It's okay, you're welcome. It wasn't easy, but we made it.
What? No, you should be thanking me. I just saved the world from the great Acorn. You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you, I guess.
Some creatures have no sense of perspective.
Alright, I shall bow and thank the squirrel, of course.
A huge grin slowly spreads across the squirrel's small face.
Of course, had you not stopped this God King and his lackeys, there would have been very little left for me to say. So?
The cat moves forward, twisting around your legs and filling the air with the sound of dry, dusty purring.
Ah, quackers! Please, have a little decorum.
It's okay, we've been through a lot. You can relax, no problem.
This battle is won, my friend, but we still have a war to fight. We've undone the Great Acorn, but the Knights of Dre are still out there. They summoned the Great Acorn once. They will be able to summon it again. We have to destroy their order, once and for all.
I agree completely.
That is the future Quirkus and I have ahead of us. We no longer need a shield, but we are very happy to have a friend.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to resting a little bit.
And a well-deserved rest it will be. I never thought I would be proud to have befriended a giant, but there is no one Ow! Quackers! There is no one that we would rather have walked this world with. I do not know what comes next for you, but you will always have a friend in the forest. Come, Quackers, we must... Oh, I think you have something in your eye, my friend.
The cat curls up and snuggles into his squirrel friend, who quietly sits and sniffs on the deck.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Usually you don't really do that, so... yeah.
Amazing I'm still here. That we're still here. That Lucian... Well, that relationship always was complicated, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
You're so much like him. My instincts tell me to kneel to the new divine. I've done so before, after all. But I can't drive myself to do it again.
It's alright, I don't want unquestioned devotion, I just want a friend.
Gareth beams. For the first time, he is his own man. Yet his enthusiasm is not a man's, but a child's.
A friend, yes. That I know how to be.
For a moment, his mind wanders to memories of friends and enemies, of malady and magisters, of demons and divinity. He is then in the present once more, and smiles at you.
Friends.
Alright, and what's next for you?
I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow. I was his shadow. Now I stand in the sun as my own man. I just don't know who that man is. And so I find out. My goal is to have a goal, if that makes sense at all. And if it doesn't, well, that's all I've got.
That's fine, that's all you need. You don't need any more than that, of course.
A slight grin crosses the spirit's face. Whether her smile is sincere or not, you can't be sure.
I see great potential in our new divinity. I don't expect to be disappointed.
Okay, that's funny since you fought me straight up all the time along the hallway.
You're the new divine. That's so cool. What's it like?
I can't wait to explore all the... flex my biceps. I'm ready to spread truth in all land of lies, yeah.
Great! I'll be counting on you.
You're supposed to see, oh wow, you look so cool.
There's also the matter of my payment for all the stuff I've done for you. That'll be...
He taps his fingers and mouths silently while he counts, until he arrives at an acceptable figure.
1,300,000 dozen and 50 gold pieces. Now pay up.
Yeah, I've got a better idea.
Oh yeah? What's that?
You can be my advisor, my right-hand man.
Han ponders your suggestion for all of a second.
You got it. But you better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
I have a feeling it might be the next game they make. Okay.
I've never been fond of what the Divine stands for, but I must say, it's rather exciting to say I've been up close and personal with one.
I hope you reform your ways after winning back your freedom.
Reform my ways? How adorable. No, I'm afraid I cannot escape who I am and what I've done.
Her eyes flick down to your mouth. She smiles coyly, then slinks forward to kiss you.
I shall resist her advances because now I'm, I guess, with Losa, right?
Almira pouts in disappointment, but it quickly morphs into a devilish grin.
Oh, no matter. We'll always have our first kiss. I haven't been quite able to put it out of my mind. Just as I'm sure you won't be able to put me out of your mind.
Sure, if that's really what you want to believe. What's next for you?
Who knows? A nice cottage someplace quiet for Mahalia and I. A roaring fire and a feather bed. Maybe. Maybe. But a girl needs some fun, doesn't she?
I mean, I guess your species does, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm all good.
Oh my, you! Look who it is! Our brand new Lord and Saviour.
She curtsies low and looks up at you with a grin.
So, what's your first order of business? End world hunger? Instigate world peace? Send all spiders back to hell where they belong?
Well, first of all, I want to ask how you feel. How does it feel to be free once and for all?
I don't know if anyone's free of anything, once and for all. But I'm bloody thrilled to be here now. Just me, myself, and you, of course.
Yeah, I mean, that hasn't changed at all. At least you haven't changed at all, sorry.
Well, yeah. I'm not the next god. Someone made that abundantly clear.
She winks and pokes you in the ribs.
So? Come on, don't keep me in suspense. What are you going to do with your almighty power?
Well, first I plan to rebuild what the Void has destroyed, and then I plan to
Big
essentially
job.
fight them.
I'd offer to help, but I've got some business of my own to attend to.
Can you elaborate?
Get loot, play loot, get loot, get glad. So, Chief, I guess this is it, right?
What? What do you mean? You're gonna leave? I should have taken that freaking kiss. I guess so, but I won't forget you.
Her face softens.
You know, I won't forget you either. Not ever. It's not every day you fall in love with a future god, after all. You'll ace it. I'm sure of that.
As she turns from you, the whites of her eyes darken, the veins in her face go grey, and a wicked smile curls her mouth. Suddenly, it's gone again. She winks, and you're left wondering whether you saw anything at all.
See you around.
Okay, now I'm just worried that... Hey, do you wanna kiss now?
Always so...
God dang it. Losa, I did not know you were gonna break up with my character. That is just not cool. So uncool, by the way. So very, very uncool, after everything.
Ifan gives you an appraising glance. Curiosity mingled with an emotion you can't quite put your finger on. Reflected in the mirror of his eyes, you see yourself, majestic, powerful, emanating an aura of purest source. Ivan's lip curls slightly, and he looks away.
So, you're it. Our new divine. I truly hope you'll do better than Lucian. Be better.
I will do everything I can.
You'll need to do even better than that. But if anyone can, I believe it's you. If I can give one last piece of advice, remember that you serve the people, not the other way around.
Okay, and what will you do now?
I need to fix what my actions destroyed. I'm going home. I'm going to return to the forests where I grew up, where the death fog detonated. I'm going to plant new seeds and see fresh shoots spring from the earth. Maybe we'll see each other again sometime.
I hope so.
He pauses, as if about to say something else, then shakes his head. With one last nod, he whistles up his soul wolf and lopes away.
There's no soul wolf here. What are you talking about?
I suppose it's time for me to explore a new form of eternity.
Now he did it. Is he actually just gonna disappear? I suppose it's time for me to explore a new form of eternity. I suppose so. The eternity of death, I suppose. What about you, ship?
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again.
It's good to see you. You have been a very dependable ally.
I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old. And so, as always, I am at the ready.
How's it possible you're even here unharmed, by the way?
Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one.
Okay.
I feel better than new.
Okay, there's still a few matters I would like to consider. I would like to return over here to go down below and see if anyone down below wants to speak with me. Too bad I'm kind of left alone and everything, but you know, it's okay. I can be alone and be happy, I guess. Hey, lady, what about I go with you and your husband and
There's
stuff?
nothing interesting
No?
down there. The future lies above, not
Jesus.
below.
He sounds so upset. He's like, Why would I go to the bottom of the ship? Crazy? Why would I want to do that? Alright, I guess we're leaving. I have said what I wanted to say to everyone, and that's that, I suppose. Let's go.
Shall we sail?
Yep,
You
time
look
to
out
depart.
to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins.
And seems to be the end of the game.
War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom fought for the Divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again.
He's probably in Baldur's Gate, isn't he?
Ahu the Wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Changed by his experience with the Godwoken, Mordus proved a useful tool in the fight against the Void. The Alliance quickly learned to keep him away from ordinary soldiers for the sake of morale. Jehan the Demon Hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new Divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new Divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior. The Beast of the Sea returned to the Dwarven Kingdom to lead the dwarves in the fight against the Void. After a series of public blunders, Marcus eschewed political power and returned to the sea. The Beast and the Lady Vengeance sail on. With a small band of elves, Ifan ben Medst replanted the lost forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, Ifan returned to the war, leading the elves in service of the Divine. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forest still. Losa returned to her music and enjoyed a storied career as the Divine's premier musician. Dark moods would still overtake her, and she would spend long hours walking in the wilds. She always returned with a new song. And then there was you. For how much of this do you take credit or blame? And what kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Should you have given your soul and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Okay, so that's the game. Okay, well, first of all, first thing I want to say is very, very well done. This game is probably the best RPG I've ever played, slash the... I don't know why is that different colors? Anyway, either the best RPG I've ever played, and or the best... and the best, what do you call it? Top-down, tactical-based, turn-based gameplay game I've ever played as well. However we want to call that. So, I will have a graph on the screen, right? Boom, there you go. So now we have a graph, and this game, as you can tell by the graph, I hope, if I remember to make it correctly, this game is good, okay? This game is phenomenal. I do have some small issues with some of the thing in the design aspect and some of the things in the bug and the camera aspect. But as far as like story environment goes, I don't know how you could have done it better. There were a lot of useless stuff, there were a lot of useful stuff, and there was a lot of bad stuff you could do. I'm sure you could even go completely bad guy if you wanted to. There were consequences to your actions, all that kind of good stuff. But let's first start with the simple thing, the story. The story itself was not actually a focus in the first or second arc of the game. I barely understood what was going on. I just kind of felt like we needed to escape a fort and then find some people that can teach us Source, but I didn't understand what Source was or why exactly Source attracted Voidwoken. So we didn't know that, I didn't know that, and I didn't understand exactly how this story worked in that regard. So I was very confused about that, but that's okay, because in the other arcs, ironically enough, in Arc, you get the most kind of lore. In the other one, you get the kind of lore before, like the lore of the Eternals, and kind of understanding why everything is going on as it is. So all the lore is kind of in the last 2 arcs, which I think is interesting. I wish they could have maybe sprinkled a little bit of lore, like more lore in the first game, because the first arc was all about the God King, Brachus Rex, or whatever you want to call him. I think the God King is actually different than Brachus Rex. The Brachus Rex served the God King, I'm pretty sure. But regardless of that, Brachus Rex served that, and he was kind of the whole big deal on the first arc, and he was kind of made out to be the main bad guy, even though the Voidwoken were here. Then in the second arc, we were told the Voidwoken were the main threat. And then they were starting to show up everywhere. And then in the third arc, it was more about sending divinity so we can fight the Voidwoken. And then, of course, in the fourth arc, it was about figuring out how to obtain divinity and essentially ascend and save the world. So that is something that would have, so essentially the story is a little bit slow in the beginning, and then it kind of takes more form during the later arcs of the game. But essentially, it's a pretty decent story. You kind of understand the lore as soon as you reach arcs, if you actually read what's going on. There are a lot of people that just click stuff. And if you're that kind of person, you'll probably get lost as to what this is all about. But if you take your time, listen and read what is going on, and you ask questions, and you don't just try to skip conversation, you will most likely realize that the Eternals were the species before the current ones. And the Eternals apparently were a bunch of people that opened, or rather that created the 7 gods in the game. And the 7 gods then created worshippers because they needed to feed on souls in order to exist or something like that. I mean, I still didn't understand that in all honesty. But they need them because they need to take their souls. And when they take their souls, they essentially get power and get more whole and whatever not. So the gods are just kind of chilling in their own little realm and does whatever. And essentially looks at people as like vampires look at humans in stories, like food, essentially. So people are food to the 7 divine, and they created people because they felt like that was what you should essentially, or the 7 gods, sorry. And then they essentially created people for their nourishment so they could exist and do everything. So people were just used by them. And then the Void, however, is evil in its own realm as far as I understand. And the 7 gods then decided to put the Eternals into the Void somehow. So, I mean, I love the messages, by the way. Anyway, they did that and then they put them in there. And then they closed it off somehow. And kind of in doing so, they kind of made themselves the gate. So the weaker they got, the more the Eternals might come back again. So they're just going to make sure they're strong by using people's source, okay? At least that's what I understand. And that's kind of how it all begins. After Lucian does a bunch of stuff, the guards become weak, and then Lucian weakens them, and then when Tyr Sindelius got weakened, because all the 7 guys used to be strong, then the Void got through. And that's kind of how the whole thing happened. So, yeah, that's at least what I understood from that. And then, of course, the story happens, because the Voidwoken fell through. I'm interested to see what happens in Divinity 1, or Divinity Original Sin, the first game, because it's the second one. I've never played the first game, never even heard of it before I played this game. So that could be interesting to check out as well. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. Also, the story, just to finish off the story, we then go ahead and hunt Divinity, pretty much. That's kind of the whole story in this aspect. Then we learn the truth, and then we face Lucian and we make a decision, ultimately, what we want to do as our own free person. And you seem to have 4, maybe 5 choices. I don't exactly know, because I kind of locked myself out of a few choices, but not allying with the God King or the other people somehow. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I'm not sure if I missed a bunch of stuff. So those are things you can do. And then we're gonna go with characters. Characters are pretty strong in this game, actually, weirdly enough. You not think so. But because we speak with all of those characters, they all have their personalities, they all have their weaknesses, they all have their strengths. Although some of them can be a bit annoying, like Gareth, who seems a bit childish in some of the things he does. Gets upset when his parents get killed. Of course you want revenge, but he completely, instead of trying to get revenge and kind of trying to keep his head steady and help us out, he decides that he's strong on his own for whatever reason, and you kind of have to convince him. I don't know what happens if you don't convince him. I don't know if he just leaves you or what. But I mean, there's that, and then there is all the other characters. Like, all of them have unique names, all have unique personalities, all have unique purposes. The characters are well defined in this game. I remember a lot of different names. Usually I don't remember a lot of names in games, but in this game I remember Sahela, I remember Lucian, I remember Brachus Rex, I remember Sibyl, I remember Ifan, I remember Yahan, I remember Lose, of course. Even the Red Prince, who I never had in my party, and of course there's also Fane, who is apparently the father of Dallas character, who's not actually Dallas. So I remember those guys. I remember Han as well, the kid. I don't remember the weird lady as well. So there are names I don't remember, but I remember way more names in this game than I do of any other game, by the way. So I can certainly say that. A lot of different games I remember in this game, more so than I do in any other game. That I just speak pretty well about the writing in this game and the characters. I don't know what I'm gonna give it, probably a 7 or 8 out of 10. I feel like there were some areas where it could improve, but ultimately the writing and the characters were pretty phenomenal. Oh yeah, this is Lose's song, isn't it? I feel like this is Lose's song, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Like, again, these arcs with the characters were amazing. I'm just gonna say that. Alright, then we have the environment. Pretty well designed. Well done, I would say as well. Environment was alright. Like, everything fit. It all fit the gameplay. There were certain areas that looked weird. You can kind of also see areas that were built to be arenas, because they want to make sure that characters who are ranged can actually go on top of something. So you can kind of see the arenas everywhere and kind of see when there's going to be a fight. So that spoils battles a little bit. But there's no other way to really do it. And they did try to make them blend in as well as possible. Of course, in a perfect world, you would make it blend in perfectly so you didn't realize it. But I did realize it. And that's why it's not a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10. It's probably going to be another 8 out of 10. This whole game for me is probably an 8 out of 10 in all honesty. And again, I'll go over to the negatives soon, because as long as there are negatives, it can be a 10 out of 10, and it can be a 9 out of 10 if there are things that could be possibly be improved that aren't too much to ask for. So, yeah. So environment, pretty good, but certain issues, some places where you can just guess the combat, or where it just feels a bit wonky when you go up and down with the camera. And that's kind of the main issue, but because now I'm going to go to gameplay. I don't think that's an actual topic here or a thing, but I'm going to talk about gameplay anyway. Gameplay was great. The main issue with the gameplay is the camera. The camera felt like it was in the middle. It couldn't be zoomed out and it couldn't be zoomed in enough. It always felt like the camera was always in the middle. And like when you speak with people, you can make it zoom in closer to them, but it's still not close enough in my opinion. In my opinion, the camera should have been able to be zoomed out way, way more than it did, and it should be able to be zoomed in a little bit more than it did. And I feel like that kind of was the main issue I had throughout playing the whole game, just that the camera didn't really work how the way I wanted it to. Because I really wanted to zoom out and go to my characters. Like, there were certain areas where I just felt weird to kind of hover around, because, like, if I could just zoom out a little bit more and see more of the map, I could just click easily on the spot I wanted to see. Even at the expense of performance, because this game performs pretty dang well. But I'll talk about more on that with the bugs. So gameplay-wise, it really, like, it works pretty well, but the camera is holding it back a bit. The whole traveling is fine, but the camera is just too in the middle. Like, it just cannot go too far out and too far down. So you constantly have to rotate the camera around just to find your characters, to see things. Of course, you can double click on your character portrait, but then if you want to go up, you kind of have to, you can't zoom out and just kind of click on where you want to go if you want to go back again immediately. So you kind of have to try to work around the camera a lot of the time. And then maybe you miss something because the camera was zoomed out properly and the thing you're looking for is right outside the screen area. Like, it just feels like the camera should be able to be zoomed out more. And it sucks that it couldn't, because that's the game's main weakness. And that's a compliment, by the way, that the camera is the main problem. But yeah, gameplay-wise, I don't have a lot of complaints. I barely have any complaints. It works. It's pretty good. The difficulty spikes, though. Let us talk about the difficulty in Arcs. There is a big jump in Arcs. That was by far the hardest jump I've seen, and I feel like I did everything, or close to everything I possibly could to get ready for Arcs, besides maybe get specific loot. Because, wow, it's a big difficulty jump all of a sudden when you get to Arcs. I am so surprised that that's allowed, or that was, like, greenlit, because that is so crazy. I'm playing on original difficulty. I did not lower it. This difficulty is the one they're supposed to play with, apparently. That's the normal one. And I did get past all the spots, but I did die multiple times where it was weird. Now, there were specific things in combat that I cannot really review. As an example, the charm grenades, some of the spells they could use that they don't use normally. I have a mod doing that. Some items I found that I was not supposed to be able to find had like weird X icons on them, and they had no real picture. They're also not items I'm supposed to find, so I need to clarify that those specific parts of the Let's Play were mods that were the issue and not the game. Everything else worked completely fine. Also, when I killed traders, you don't get all their loot. That's only a mod that allows me to do that. I'm never going to play with that mod again because it doesn't work the way I wanted it to. I wanted people who had armor on and a sword to be able to loot the sword and armor from them, but apparently it's attached to the character, so you can't do that anyway. So I would not recommend using it, and I will not use that one again. I probably won't use any mods again. The game is completely fine as it is. I just thought it would be cool to be able to loot everyone, because that's more immersive, but you can't regardless of a mod or not, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I need to say that. So that's not necessarily something I can judge or anything. I will, however, say that it's cool how I could see that they actually gave them dummy weapons and then just put stats on the weapons they were given. I think that was pretty cool. I also liked the economy in the game, how you had to kind of try to scrounge for money because everything is pretty expensive. If this was Skyrim, I would have way too much money already and I could pretty much buy whatever I want without having to really be worried about it. But in this game, you really have to be careful with money, because at some point you have a lot and all of a sudden you have none, because of some things being super expensive but also very good. So I feel like they nailed the economy, where you kind of have the perfect balance between being out of money and having too much money. You were never really completely in either direction, and I feel like they did nail that pretty perfectly. Also, being able to trade with every character was awesome, although some of the characters were a bit weird. I feel like sometimes some of them has, like, all of them start with 0 reputation towards you, right? But I feel like certain characters should start with some minus and not willing to trade with you unless you do them a favor or unless you help them in combat or something. And some should absolutely give you discounts because you've helped them in combat, or because you've helped them in certain things. So I feel like that could be changed a little bit, but ultimately it wasn't an issue, but it also wasn't really a stat to really worry about in the game. You could get discounts if you made them more friends, but the only way to do that is just by giving them free stuff. And I feel like it doesn't really... I mean, I guess there was some where it changed the thing, but it didn't change it enough to really matter too much. So there's not so much I can say about that. It's all right. Not anything that's crazy, but all of those things are pretty good, pretty all right too. Let's talk about bugs now, because I do love me some bugs. So I got one game-breaking bug. I don't know if that was a mod or not. I will assume it's not a mod, because I had no mod associated with the camera whatsoever. But there was a time when I went onto underground where there were a lot of clay people, and I died in there. And then when I was teleported up to my earlier save, my camera was in the dark void, and I couldn't do anything unless I restarted the game, because loading a save wouldn't work. So I think there was just a game-breaking bug that happened. And then there are some times where you... How do I say it? Where there's a little bit of jankiness in the game. Like, it's not like horrible or anything, but it is there. Where sometimes you tell people to do something, and instead of doing what you tell them to do, they walk into poison or whatever, or they stop instead of walking into poison. Like, it feels like they could have worked a little bit more on the automatic AI of your followers, and that's who I'm talking about, by the way. Especially the little creature that follows you. He just kills himself by walking into death fog. Like, it's those kind of things where I'm like, okay. So this game could have worked a little bit more on its AI behavior. Like, depending on, they could have analyzed how much poison there is, how wide is it, is this just a path, is this a combat area, should I worry about this at all? Like, those kind of things they could have programmed into the game. I mean, I have some background in coding, by the way, so I know exactly how you can do it. It'll be more performance heavy, probably on the CPU, I would imagine. Maybe a little bit on the TPU, depending on what it is you do exactly. But ultimately, they could have improved the AI a bit by assigning areas and giving them some kind of code name, and then use that code name on the AI to try to say, this is combat area, therefore don't walk into poison no matter what, automatically. This is walk area, there is no combat encounter here. So therefore I can walk on poison regardless, just to follow the main character so he doesn't have to manually move us or whatever. That's what I would like for the NPC AI behavior in the game to really behave. Because there were multiple times where I just a pain. Sometimes I walked into bad areas. Then another thing I have as an issue is when you initiate conversation, it initiates conversation with the closest character. Not your main character, the closest one. And in co-op, that is also a problem because, I mean, even in single player is a problem because you have one character that has persuasion. And persuasion in this game is very unforgiving because persuasion, you need the strength stat as an example and the persuasion. So if none of your other characters have persuasion, then they can't complete it no matter if they are 50 strong or 100 strong, even if that's even possible. Then they still can't do persuasion because their persuasion stat is dependent on both persuasion and your strength. So that's a weird implementation I don't really agree with. I feel like you should only be dependent on the persuasion stat, or get rid of the persuasion stat completely and just use bartering and make it so persuasion gives you a higher percentage chance. Like, a percentage chance is probably the best balance there. But if you either want to go full on persuasion where it's strength and the persuasion, I recommend removing either one or both. Or better yet, make it random depending on your persuasion. Like, let's say you have 10% with one, 20% with two persuasion, 30% with the other one. And it doesn't have to be by 10, it can be by 15 or 20, just to make sure that when you're high persuasion, you still can get it. So I feel like that could be the best way to do it, because having it be a fixed stat that is connected to your strength or whatever, it just feels weak. Because you just, like, there's no depth to it anyway, because you just pick the stat you have most of. Unless, of course, you roleplay to an extreme level, then you risk losing something, which I did once. I was like, oh, it doesn't make sense for me to say this. I'm going to say this instead. Failed. Okay, now I'm going to have to deal with that. I think I did that with the guy who I got the helmet of Duna from. Again, I remember names of stuff. I usually don't do that from games, so... Well done. Well done, Larian Studios. Well done. Looking forward to playing Baldur's Gate 3 as well at some point. Even Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 also. Even though they didn't make that, but I'm still looking forward to playing that. And... yeah, is there anything else I missed? Environment... map... Again, the stylistic choice is awesome too, because it just fits. I don't think there are any actual issues I have with the style of the game or anything. It just looks phenomenal. Graphic wise, I am using reshade. Okay, important to note, I'm using reshade. So if I turn all of these off, this is how the game normally looks like. It still looks pretty good. It still looks very good. I just added sharpening. Added a contrast enhancement filter that kind of transforms the game to be more in-depth looking. Contrast to add more contrast to the actual contrast filter as well without having to mess with it. And then more vibrance to make it seem more vibrant, which because I like vibrancy games. I like when colors pop more. So those are some of the things I have to make the game look better. But even without all of these, the game still looks phenomenal and great. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. I think the games look pretty dang good even without any of these. Although they do change the visuals a lot, but I still think it looks pretty great. So graphics-wise, it's not the most impressive thing ever, but I like it when games go for a style instead of go for the most realistic-looking graphics ever at the expense of being able to run the game at a shitty FPS. I locked my FPS to 60, by the way. That's not actually the FPS. Sometimes menus also locked to 60 or whatever. But I could probably get even 120 FPS constant in the game if I wanted to on the new graphics card I got. That's a 4070 Ti Super. Not a flex, by the way. It was too expensive for what it is, but I have it now because of the dual encoding it gives me, so I can record better looking videos. So yeah, that's why I got it, if you're wondering. Yeah, well, I don't have much more to say. Probably for me it's a, you know what? I'm probably gonna say it is. No, it's an 8 out of 10 game. I have to be realistic. Okay, I have to be very realistic. I enjoyed the game to the 9 out of 10 experience. 100%. But based on my graph, as you can probably tell, the graphics aren't impressive. They're just good. They're not impressive. There were certain issues during gameplay. There were certain bugs. It would hurt me to put this on 9 out of 10 when I judge other games also on the merit of the stats I've shown here. So personally, if I would talk to people and suggest this game, it would be a 9 out of 10 based on the fun and enjoyment factor of me. If I want to compare to other games that I've also played, I have to put them into the same kind of box. And for that, I will have to say that other games' graphics are better. Therefore, it tracks this game's stat down. And if you're looking for great graphics, this is not the game to play. This is a game that has a stylistic choice of graphics. It doesn't look realistic. It doesn't try to look realistic. It tries to look more, figurine style is the best thing I can think of. And it succeeds in that specific art style. And I think that's phenomenal. I think that works for the game. But I also think that the game itself has more options. Co-op, as an example, is a great way to play this game. I played it with friends in the beginning area before, like I mentioned throughout the Let's Play. And I had a bunch of fun. I had a lot of fun playing this game with friends too. We just stopped playing because it's hard to get 4 people to play together all the time. One is always going to be doing something else, and then another person doesn't feel like it, and then things happen. So, you know. But the option of playing 4 players is fantastic when you can actually get people to play, and I want more games to implement co-op the way this game has. So this game also has features that other games simply do not have or refuse to put in games because they believe players don't want it. I personally want co-op in every single game, even if it doesn't fit. Like Call of Duty World at War style. Anyone who knows what I mean when I say that, they will immediately go, yeah, that's a great way to put it into a game. Anyone who doesn't understand are probably going to say, no, co-op games typically have bad design because it ruins the game experience. And I'm like, yeah, then design it for single player and then add co-op to it. But it's going to make the game too easy. Well, if it's going to make the game too easy, then don't buy it then. I believe in the freedom of choice of buying things, and I also believe in the whole idea of if a person wants to play with his friend, let him. You can play the game single player too. And that's going to make it harder for you, but just playing with a friend always makes something more fun. And that's my personal belief in single player games versus co-op games. Stop designing it for co-op, just design it for single player, and people will enjoy the single player game co-op. Just like World at War. It's pretty much single player, but co-op. And that's what makes it fun. It's not hard co-op. It's actually way easier. But it's more fun. And that's what matters. That's what matters, game developers. Fun matters. And Larian knows that based on this game. They know having your friends even be able to hit you in combat is fun. Being accidentally exploding your friends along with your enemies is fun. And this game just gets that right, which is why I want to personally say it's an 9 out of 10, but it's probably an 8.5 if I have to be completely honest, but I don't do halves, so I just say I really recommend this game. It's probably worth, how much would I say this game is worth on its own? Probably $50. But Setchbo, it is actually more expensive than $50. Yeah, but game price is also ridiculous. All the other games I played, I suggest like $30 and down, okay? This game being 50 is a big, like, compliment from me based on all of my other tiny reviews or whatever you want to call them. That's a compliment, okay? It's getting a $50 marking or 50 euros or whatever you have in your area. They're not the same value, but it doesn't matter. $50 or 50 euros. Let's just go with simplicity here. That's what this is going to be worth it for me. That's going to be worth it for me. $50, and I would probably pay for this game at that price. It is that good. It is just that good. Is it the best game I've ever played? No, but it's one of the best. It's probably in my top 5 games I've ever played that I enjoy the most. So that's a big compliment to this game. It's deep, it's in-depth combat as well. Don't let the turn-based go away from you. Just imagine turn-based as reaction times. So whoever is the first just has a faster reaction time, and then imagine that the combat actually happens real time. That is what I do, and that makes everything make way more sense in my head. So if you don't like turn-based combat, it's great to essentially jump right on in and just kind of try to imagine that it's not turn-based, and just imagine that everything happens real time, because this is what it's supposed to illustrate. And I only understood that like a year or two ago. First time I played this game, I was so lost I didn't know what to do. I was so overwhelmed by everything you could do in the game, because I didn't usually play anything like this. And now that I have everything this game does, it just felt weird and felt uncomfortable, and I pretty much fell asleep when I played it because I didn't understand the game. But as soon as I tried to play it again, all of a sudden something just lit up in my mind, and I was like, I know what this game is now. I know what it's trying to do. I know its goal. And I am going to have fun with the goal and how you play the game. And it took like half a year for me to realize that. Or was it a year? I don't know if it was a year, half a year. But it took a long time for me to realize how good this game actually is. Because I didn't usually play any these types of games. I used to hate turn-based combat, but I have figured out that I actually love it if it's done right. So, again, well done, Larian. Now, this is the definitive edition, so remember, this is the review of the definitive edition of the game. I have not played the original. I don't know how good that was when it released. The definitive edition is supposed to be an improved version of the original. So I don't know what the differences are. So all of this is based on the definitive edition. But yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. Would love to give it more myself, but it lags in some areas where other games are up, mainly in the graphic area. Performance-wise, though, the graphics are helping it a lot. And while I would love to give it points for having more FPS, the bare minimum for me to give it a passing grade in FPS would be 60. And I don't really have a system to give it more points based on how much more FPS you can get than 60 in 4K. Again, I'm playing 4K 100, and I mean, I'm playing 4K 60 and recording it, but I could play 4K 120 FPS if I wanted to. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, it's tough. Like, again, 8.5. The FPS would give it at least 0.5 points, but I can't do that. Just imagine that it says 8.5, okay? Just use your imagination. It's mainly to compare to other games that I can't put 1.5, by the way, or 0.5. So, yeah. But very, very great game, but highly recommended. If you can get it below 50, then it's definitely a nice buy. If you don't like turn-based games, then wait until you surprise you're comfortable with yourselves. Don't buy it at 70. I would not recommend that. Or 60. I would recommend getting it at 50. And again, my job is not to make game companies feel great about earning money back and whatever. My choice is just to look out for people buying the game and telling them my real personal opinion of what the game is actually worth. Because games are super overpriced nowadays, in my personal opinion. Factually, you can also argue that selling 1 million copies of a game or something like that is also going to earn back all of your money, typically, from a game made, if you are smart about how you spend your money. So, yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I have anything else to say with it other than I enjoyed it. It's good, would recommend, and probably gonna play it again with friends, actually, in all honesty. And in case you guys want to see the options, for whatever reason, here they are. See, 4K, 120 Hz. not FPS though. Again, I played with 60 FPS and 120 Hz. Again, scrolling down to what settings it has. In case you're interested, you can turn off motion blur and depth of field like I did. I have some blooms, SMAA. I also have FX AA. All of this good stuff it has right here. High texture quality. I don't know how low looks, but you don't need to if you have any modern hardware, I can tell you that much. It even has a built-in frame cap mode. Also has windowed, borderlands, and fake full screen. All of that good stuff. Gameplay is very customizable when it comes to your PC and what you want in your areas and your hotbar stuff. Like it's a very good game. That's what I'm gonna say. Very good game. And with that, of course, that is also going to be the end of this Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed watching / enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed the Let's Play / watching the Let's Play. Hope you enjoyed watching the Let's Play. Sorry, it's very late for me. It's currently 3 a.m. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope to see you all in another one of my Let's Plays. I do Let's Plays of all different kinds of games. If you have any games you want to suggest, you can put them in the comment section. I love video games and I love playing through them. Even if I don't believe that some of them are worth the money, I do believe that they are all fun in their own right and have a certain value to it, depending on who you are. And yeah, had a very good time. Hope to see you all in another one of my videos and Let's Plays, and as always, stay awesome.